Have you ever felt the desire to help someone, but hesitated because you were not sure it would matter? Maybe you thought, I don't have much, or someone else will help, or what if this goes unnoticed? Compassion often meets resistance inside us, not because we don't care, but because we fear loss, inconvenience, or disappointment. And so God speaks directly to this struggle. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 19 verse 17, "He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given." Now, this verse changes how we see compassion completely. It tells us that when we show compassion to someone in need, God sees it personally, not as a small act, not as a side effort, but as something done to Him. God says that when you help the poor, you are lending to the Lord. That is powerful thought. It means your compassion is never wasted. It is never unseen. It is never meaningless. People may forget your kindness. They may never say thank you, but God notices and God remembers. Compassion that gives is not just about money. It includes time, attention, resources, and energy. Sometimes compassion looks like helping someone financially, and other times it looks like helping someone emotionally. Sometimes it means sharing what you have, and oftentimes it means standing beside someone who has nothing left. Jesus lived this kind of compassion. Think about the story of the widow who gave two small coins. To others, it looked like nothing, but to Jesus, it meant everything. Jesus saw her heart. She gave out of love, not abundance. Compassion is not measured by how much you give, but by how willing you give. Compassion gives even when it costs something. Compassion trusts God with the outcome. And so this verse also reminds us that God Himself is a giver. He gave His Son. He gives grace daily, and He gives strength when we are weak. And when we give with compassion, we reflect His heart. But giving can feel risky. We worry, what if I run out? What if I'm taken advantage of? Or what if I give and nothing changes? God answers those fears with a promise. He says He will pay back what He has given. Now, this does not mean God turns compassion into a business deal. It means God is faithful to care for those who care for others. He sees generosity. He honors obedience. He sustains compassionate hearts. And this reminds us of the Good Samaritan again. He spent his own money. He used his time. He made a commitment to follow through. He did not know if the wounded man would ever repay him, but compassion didn't wait for repayment. God was watching. Friend, compassion that gives teaches us to trust God instead of holding tightly to what we have. It teaches us that everything we have is already from Him. And when you give with compassion, you are saying, God, I trust you more than I trust my resources. That kind of trust pleases God. This does not mean we give recklessly or without wisdom, but it does mean we give willingly, with open hearts, with sensitive spirits. Reaching others through compassion often involves sacrifice, but sacrifice is never empty when God is involved. A meal shared can restore dignity, a gift given can relieve pressure, and a helping hand can renew hope. Sometimes compassion gives materially, sometimes it gives emotionally, and sometimes it gives spiritually. All of it matters. Compassion reflects God's generosity. Compassion meets needs with humility. Compassion turns resources into testimonies. And so, friend, look around you. Who is in need right now? Who may be struggling quietly? Ask God to show you how to give, not just what to give. You may feel like you don't have much, but compassion multiplies a small offering. God does not ask you to give what you do not have. He asks you to give what you already have, and you do it with love. And when you do, He promises to take care of the rest. And so, as you go through today, remember this truth: your compassion is never lost, your generosity is never ignored. And when you give to others, God sees it as given to Him. Friend, tomorrow in our final episode, we will learn how compassion brings light to dark places and how caring for the hungry and hurting reflect God's heart for justice and mercy. Until then, let compassion guide your hands and trust God with the outcome. That's it for today. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.